Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another way to use the ls command. And in our previous session, we discussed two types of way to use the ls command. Where in first time we discussed the ls command, like how we can use the ls command in order to list down all the files and directories, right? Then later in one of the session, we discussed about the ls-a command, which we were used to fetch all the files and directories, even it includes the hidden files, right? Now in this session we are going to discuss another variation of ls command, which is ls-l. Now why we use ls-l? So ls-l command is mainly used to list down all the files and directories in long format. Now what all information we can fetch from long format list, that we are going to discuss. Okay, so we will start from the very basic thing. We will discuss each and everything, like what all information we can fetch from him, from the ls-l command, why we use that, right? Also we will discuss how we can utilize it on normal qsh script as well as in the cl program. Okay, so mainly we will divide this session into three part. In first part we will discuss about all the rules, or you can say what all information we can fetch from it. We are going to discuss that. Then in second part we will discuss how we can use it in our own system using qsh command or qshell command. Then later we will discuss how we can utilize the same command through clle program. So this is how we are going to proceed with this session. Okay, so before I start the session, let me tell you one thing, that this is not only specifically for ibmi system. Let's say if you are also working for linux system, or if you are planning to work for the linux system, then also it will help you. Okay, so that's why it is important session, and we will start from the very basics, so I think it would be easier for you to understand the things. All right, and if you have not covered the previous session, I would recommend you to go and check out the previous session, because we are doing every session in a proper sequence. So if you have missed any of the session, then it might be not that much of easier for you to understand. So you can check out the previous session from the playlist of the cl, and then you can learn about this thing, because here we are going to discuss mainly about the main thing, like how we can use ls-l. But regarding other cl things, you can refer the previous sessions. So let's start. So let me open this scratchpad here, because here I have noted down all the rules and everything which is related to ls-l. Okay, so what we have here, first of all we are executing the command which is ls-l. So first and foremost rule for this command is that we are supposed to write it as it is. It means you are not supposed to remove this space. There should be ls space and then hyphen l. Okay, in the same manner, otherwise it will give error. All right, so once you have hit this command, what it will do, it will provide you this kind of information. This is the just a piece of data, but in your case it will show all the files and directories in your system, which is present in your system, that I will show. But when you hit the command ls-l, it will show you something like this. All right, so now we will see step by step what all information we are fetching from here. So first line, just look at these rules. These are the rules. The first line is total 8 indicates the total number of 1k blocks used by the listed file. So first thing is mainly this total 8 is representing the total number of 1k blocks used by the files or directories. Okay, then we have each subsequent line represent a file or directory. So this is also correct. You can see the first one is file, then the second row is also representing file, and the third row is representing the directory. Because if you look at the last part, you can see file1.txt, file2.txt. So if something is with a prefix, then it is file, and without prefix it is a directory. You can see it is a directory. So this is treatment is also true. Then we have the first column hyphen rw hyphen r hyphen hyphen r and hyphen hyphen, or drwxr hyphen xr hyphen x. So what it is representing? It is representing the file type and permissions. Okay, so I'm talking about this column. Like if you talk about this column, this is representing the file, not here till here. This is representing the file type and permission. So from this you can easily identify, yes, it has read write permission, it has only read permission, it has only write permission. So let's say if someone asks you for all the permission that have that your files have, then you can simply share this list. So from this list he can easily identify, okay, so these are the permission that we have on this particular file. Same thing goes with the directory. Here also you can see it is also representing the file type and permissions. Okay, then we have second column, the second column, yeah. So in second column we have value like 1 or 2, which is representing the number of hard links to the file or directory. So you can see it, this column 1, then here for this it is 2, 1, and then for third one again it is 2. So initial two files have 1 and last one has 2. So what it is indicating? It is indicating the number of hard links to the file or directory. Okay, then we have another column which is representing the, you can see the third and fourth column used uh, columns, user and groups, represent the owner and a group of the file or directory. So you can see this part, user group, user group. So these column will represent only the user and group of the file or directory. Okay, likewise if you move for the further columns, it is also indicating something. You can see the fifth column, 367 1245 and 4096. You can see 367 here, 1245, then 4096. This column is representing the size of the file in bytes in case of file. So in case of file, it is representing the size of the files in byte. And for directories, this column represents the size occupied by the directories metadata. Okay, so for directory, this column represents the size occupied by the directories metadata. Then we have sixth column. In sixth column, it is representing the date and time, or you can say current timestamp, that represent the last modification time of the file directory. So what it is representing? It is representing the last modification time. If we talk about in terms of rpgle, then it is giving us the timestamp when the last when the file is changed last time. So this is also very important thing when you are working for a system, like for analysis purpose, then you might need this option to find out like when your file was changed last time. So you can simply use the qsh in order to check this. Okay, fine. Then last column is representing the file.txt, file2.txt, or directory1, which is representing the name of file or directory. So you can see file1.txt is representing file, then file2.txt is representing the second file, and the directory1 is representing the directory. So this is how all the information we can fetch from the help of long format file and directory, which we can populate with the help of ls-l command. So that's why this command is very important, because somewhere it is providing us all the information related to file, whether it is permission and type, whether it is a number of hard links, then user or group, then we have size, and last modification date time, along with the type of file and directories with extension. Okay, maybe some of the information is not clear to you at the moment because you are not using this, but later when you will be working for this in future, maybe for the projects, then it would be very useful for you. So that's why I recommend you to keep a note of everything which we are learning here, so that you can take a reference from it later. Okay, so yeah, this is about the rules. Now I'll quickly show you the way through which you can use this in qsh. So just simply go and write qsh on the command line, then you can simply write ls and space -l. Make sure that you keep space, because if you not keep the space, it will give error. Okay, so just go and write ls-l. and then hit enter. So you can see it is showing all the information which is related to file as we discussed right now: the date, last modification date, type, extension, size, user group and user and groups, right? Then we have number of hard links with all permissions it is showing us. Okay, and here the total is 224 kilobytes. So this is how we can simply use it, and if you scroll it down, it is totally depend on number of files or directories you have in your system. So it is showing accordingly. In your case, it would be it would be different. So it is totally depend on the like how what all files are there in your system. So this is how we can use it on QSH, and now I'll quickly show you how we can use it on the CL program. It's quite short program. I'll just show you in a shorter way. So what we are doing with this program, we are fetching the list of files and directories in long format. So for that, just declare one variable. So I'll write DSCL, then press F4. You can put your command variable name. So in my case, variable name is command, type is character, storage is auto, length is 256. If you don't know about the basic thing, then you can check out the previous session, because these things we have already covered. For now, we are just focusing on ls-l command. Then for setting the command, you can write chvar, then type take F4, put your variable name, length is variable name, and then you can put your command. So in my case, the command is ls-l. We just discussed this, right? Then simply hit enter. And to start the Qshell command, you can write strqsh, take F4, provide your variable name, and that's it. We are done with the program. So once you call this program, it will also show you, you can compile it, and then once you call it, it will also show you all the information related to files and directories which is present in your system, with all the information that we discuss in the rules: file type and permission, number of hard links, user group, size occupied by the file, size occupied by the metadata of the directory, last date, modification date and time, and type of file and directories. So yeah, that's all for this session. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session, we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.